been going? You're good. Hope you are fine. So I'm coming from a place of concern. There are basic facts, there's basic things you and I have to learn and unlearn. You know, maybe because of culture or the fact of the environment of learning, there are things people take for granted, which is very, very wrong. Now, one of them is I've noticed with utmost dismay that in this side of the world, when people die, people who are not family members of the person wants to trend with the news. It is not in your place to announce the details of the death of a person when the family members have not done so. It is very disrespectful, shows lack of training, shows you're a busybody. When you go out, because there is freedom of expression, you have a social media page, you have a platform, you're not going to be able to type as though you're the family. You can grieve, you can express your condolence, how shocked you are, whatever, but putting out a statement as though you are the family member of a person, dictating what killed the person when you're not sure, when you are not there, when you didn't know the history of the sickness, is one of the most wicked things you can ever do to the memory of a person. It is not in your place to explain things that has happened to another person when you do not have the authority of that person to share. You do not have a right to express or come and share or come and post what is going on in someone's life without the person's permission. In this era of blogging, everybody is a blogger. Everybody wants to trend with a story. Let us be careful. A lot of people will be used for examples. It is not in your place to begin to talk about another person's problems, share themselves, authority to share it. Nigerians have this problem of always wanting to trend with stories. You are not a person's family member, and you issued a statement concerning the death of someone when you are not the person's family member. Where are you from? Like, I thought about this and I couldn't hold it. It is disrespectful. It is inhuman for you to go out on social media or any platform you are to begin to talk about the death of someone, the challenges of someone, situation that happened with someone, without them giving you the authority to do so. It is wrong. When people die, allow the family to issue statements themselves. You can, on your own, state your sorry, state how sorry you are, but do not issue statements stating details of death, what happened, without the family member first posting it. Please. Very important. Another thing people are used to in this area, in this side of the world, is when they visit someone who gave birth or someone who just had a baby, congratulations, you begin to ask the person, how did you give birth? Oh my God. That is one very disrespectful thing you can do to someone who just gave birth. It is not in your place, no matter how close you are to a person, unless the person tells you. Do not go to visit a newborn and the mother, and you go there and start asking the person, how did you give birth? Oh my God, you don't do that. What is your business in how the person gave birth? Your business is that we have a newborn and you are there to congratulate the person for having a child. Period. Can you do that and go? It is not right, to go and start, and it's not like invading someone's privacy. You're asking the person, how did you give birth? Was it vaginal birth? Was it CS? as the person's Lord and Master, or as the person's controller, or even if the person is your friend, you have no business asking the person, how did you give birth? Unless the person, out of maybe discussing with you, shared it, this is my experience, beauty, fine, but it is not in your place to ask such a question when you go visit someone who just gave birth. Another fact I want you to also learn is when you visit someone who is sick, please don't ask the person, what is the name of your sickness? I don't know how to put it, but do not. You're going to see someone who is sick, unless the person, out of concern for you, come, okay, this is what the doctor is saying, this is what I've done. But going to ask, what is the name of your sickness? It doesn't, unless in this instance, unless you're very close to the person, but reasonably, you're not supposed to start asking someone, what's the name of your sickness? It may come from the place of concern, but it doesn't sit well with people, because the person might feel, oh, you came to get news about me, or you came did you come to know why I'm sick? Because in this era where people love gossip, people want to post the details of others without their permission. It is very wrong. So when you go to visit someone who is sick, don't ask them, what is the name of your sickness? Encourage the person. If you have a gift to drop, you came with support, drop it. If you want to pray for the person, you pray. Just show your concern, encourage the person, fine. But if the person, out of their own volition, start discussing with you with respect to, okay, this is what the doctor is saying, or you have an idea, or maybe someone has gone through such a challenge, you can share your own experience or knowledge with that person. But coming to ask the person, which type of sickness, what stage, please don't do that. Very, 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 very wrong. Do not do that. When you visit someone, another very fact you need to know that happens in this part of the world that people think is good or is normal, that is not, is when you visit people, stay in the living room, or if you are being ushered outside or the ante room, stay there. You can't go to someone's house, someone that is not your friend, someone that is not your family member, and you want to enter their kitchen. You want to enter their room. Oh my God, there is what is called boundaries. When you go to people's houses, learn to sit where they usher you. Do not want to, let's say you want to ease yourself, you can ease myself, fine. But it's not in your place. The person is your very close friend, the person is family, you want to enter. But even entering people's rooms without their consent, or you just want to enter, is very bad. You're invading their privacy. It is wrong. But in this part of the world, people see it as there is nothing there, there is something there. You don't go into people's rooms like that. Is that how it doesn't show proper training. It doesn't show proper training. It doesn't show proper training. When you go to people's house, stay where they ask you to stay. Unless the person said, let me give you a tour of my house. There are people who have beautiful houses, who are very happy with the place they stay, who are very, they want to show off, or they want to just show you what the place looks like. Because, okay, they will be the one to invite you. It's okay, let me take you to a tour of my house. This is our cinema. This is our this. This is where my library. This is this beautiful. That way, the person, by their own volition, has is the one that is taking you to tour the house. It's not in your place that you came to visit someone. As the person came out, before they know it, they start looking for you. You have entered this place. You have entered this place. That is why we are raising children who cannot stay one place when they go out. That is why, because your children are watching you. They follow you somewhere and they see how you are walking around without permission. When they go out, they will start walking around. They will start moving. They will go to somebody's house rather than sit down and want to watch the TV or sit down. They want to start running around the rooms. You must begin to teach your children that when you go out, you don't start running into people's spaces that you were not told to go into. guided. Another thing people do in this part of the world is when they go to someone's house and the person, okay, this is what I have, or please, do you want water or do you want drinks? He said, no, what I want is wine. I want white wine. I want this one. I want. You begin to specify what you want. You can only specify what you want when the person says, what do you care for? Do you have specific, do you have anything in mind specifically? That's when you can say, okay, if you have malt, or if you have this, or if you have water, or if you have, but where the person just says, we have water and drinks, do you care for them? Fine. Or the person asks you, are you allergic to anything? There's some people that can be very, welcoming, that ask you, are you allergic to anything, or is there anything you don't like? That's okay. I don't take alcohol. I don't take, you specify maybe what you don't take. The person cannot bring what they have. It's not in your place to visit someone and begin to dictate what the person should give you. It shows you are a-mannered. It shows you are not well brought up. And also teach your children or teach people around you that when they visit other people, if whatever they have, you don't like it, you can decline. You do not dictate to someone you went to visit of what you want. Unless the person is a very, very close friend to say, okay, anything you want, I will give you. There are close friends that can relate that way. That way, you have that liberty of stating the exact thing you want. Another thing people do in Nigeria, especially Africa, in this part of the world, is when they go to people's house, they begin to make demands of something they are seeing. You went to someone's house and saw a piece of art, and you say, please, when I'm going, give me this piece of art. Oh my God. It's more like you came to steal. Unless you're very close to this person, or say, I like this piece of art. Can you get one from me? Or where do you get it? It is not in your place to command your host to give you something you saw in their house. You went to somebody's house, you saw a flower, or you saw something, and you're asking the person, I want this thing. When I'm going, give it to me. You don't force people to give you things. You don't force people, you don't command your guest to give you something. No, 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 no. You saw something they placed on their TV or their TV console. You say, I like this, give it to me. This is how we are raising children who go to people's houses and pick things and come home. This is why we are raising children who go to people's houses, see something they like, without permission, they will collect it and put it in their pockets. When they tell you, or when they are being caught, say, hey, he's just a child. He's just a child. These are things people are doing as adults that we now begin to see replicate itself in the lives of children. I begin to ask, why are our children like this? Why are children these days, they go out and begin? It's what they see their parents do. It's what they see their parents do. So when you visit people, do not place demands on them on something you see in their house. It's more like you came to steal. It's more like you can say, I like this piece of art, please, wherever, depending on your relationship with the person. Where did you get it? The person might say, okay, don't worry. I have a friend who's an art collector. Whenever I see him, I'll ask him whether he has something of this nature. I'll get for you. Another person might say, do you like it? You can have it. But going to mandate your host to give you something in the house or an office, very wrong. It just shows you're greedy. It shows you do not have respect for people. You don't have respect for people. So these characters that a lot of people display it, is it unconsciously due to the way they are raised, due to the environment they find themselves. It is time to unlearn things that we should not be doing. You can unlearn bad things and learn new things. So these things I've mentioned, please, if any one of them you're doing it, stop. Learn today the right way to do things. And that's how you have a better life. That is how you have a life of value. So if you enjoyed this video, please click on the like button. Also subscribe. Click on the subscribe button to subscribe to the channel. Yes, click on the subscribe button, subscribe to the channel, and so whenever I'm live, you will be notified. We also have other videos on the channel that you can watch and be edified. Do take care.